Hi, it's Joey, and today watching Marvel's Runaways Season 3, Episode 3, Lord of Lies. And, Lord of Lies, is that going to be about the fourth alien? I don't know. I'm just so enjoying the season so far, and I'm savouring every second, and I can't wait to watch more, so yeah, let's go. Is this Amy's funeral? Yeah. All the babies.
May we come together?
You killed her. Okay. Not directly, but indirectly. Oh, baby Nico. Oh.
Did Alex text you?
He didn't go to the funeral.
It's just hard saying that final goodbye, you know?
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Everyone processes grief
Just
differently.
for Amy to do what she did.
And not talk to him. She didn't feel like she could talk to him.
So much pain. I should have done more.
Alex.
As a parent, it's horrible because...
What happened to Amy? It is not your fault.
Nope, because it wasn't suicide. Oh, they've all suffered so much. All of them in different ways.
Something that'll get him to come running the moment he hears it.
Manipulation from these parents. I love this theme music. I just feel like I'm going straight into Runaways every time, and it just puts me at ease, gets me stressed. It's wonderful.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
It's not Nico, the staff.
I can't remember things. My emotions are all over the place.
The staff and stress.
I hurt people.
I don't know the power in Nico.
Even if she can keep the being at bay, the fact that he's here means that the magistrate will be at our doorstep, and they will not hesitate to kill any of us.
Not if the fourth alien is trying to avoid his family.
Hi. Excuse me?
Claim my betrothed.
Just when I thought we were making progress on the whole betrothed thing.
Oh, things move fast around here.
Yep.
It's a prophecy that destiny is destiny.
Yeah.
But who
Well,
says
that's
it's
what I mean,
you?
but your destiny.
Oh, can we just
Who says it's not Nico?
We gotta find out who it is.
Mm-hmm.
My ex-ray got. I'll go get
Hmm.
him. Oh, wait, you don't trust me?
Someone is the
Up
alien.
until an hour ago, you other than my disdain for you. Well, I think that's pretty clear.
Boys.
Be my guest.
I mean, we pretty much can be sure that Chase and Carolina, so one of them should be the one that handles everything, because we know they're not the alien because they were treated like humans.
They're not here, Wilder. Well, they were there now. I think I ditched them. Well, that's what the alien
God.
did. Or the alien.
one night of our version of normal, and then in the morning we'll fight the aliens.
Oh, sweetheart. Oh. Someone got a hug. Zavin, just listen to Carolina. Who did he sacrifice? Oh, the pizza boy. Or the food boy.
I really do deliver dinner.
Oh, God. Oh my God, that made me jump.
You scared me. You may still be scaring me.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, you miss me.
Oh,
Makes you the only
that's so lovely. Because that shows you Gert missed him.
Psychic link to Gert? Does that mean she's secretly happy to see me too?
It does, my love. No. Well, you can dream.
Wanted to make sure you were okay.
Because
Yeah.
she does care.
Fine. From an engineering perspective.
It looks like a literal death trap.
Isolated part of the house when there's a killer alien lurking in one of us.
I mean, your mom.
Oh, he's not thinking about that.
I'm
He's
really sorry.
just trying to force it away.
I'm okay. Thanks. She's happy where she is. She's probably more happy than she's ever been.
And I should tell you something about his family life.
I don't really feel like she's gone.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But I believe you.
Gert, sorry I got us into this mess. Going back to my dad really screwed everything up.
What you did was stupid. But to be fair, Jonah tricked you. Because he knew how much you craved paternal love and acceptance and how you loved
Yep.
the moral compass. And
That went south really quick.
Yeah, the first part accurate, second part not so much.
Look, I know I disappointed you.
They need this
It's not gonna happen
conversation.
again.
I think I believe you. It doesn't change anything.
She's gonna need time
Enjoy your,
for any kind of reconciliation, whether it's just friends or more like I hope. It'll need
Good night,
time.
Gert.
Good night, Chase.
Oh, baby steps, my loves. I should love all these characters too much. Too emotional. I feel like crying. Not more emotions, please.
It's been the world's longest day.
It really has.
That wedding was sweet.
That
Not asking you to be
Nope.
that cruel.
was just an idealised kind of fantasy version, which the algorithm didn't get perfectly right. Same as Gert wasn't perfectly right for Chase, and they're so lovely. Ooh, is the staff putting itself back together? That's what's wrong with Nico, my love. It's the staff. It's not an alien. Unless the alien is in you, but I don't think it is. Like, triggering it, but no.
This alien thing or
The staff thing.
me? It's bad.
Sweetheart, Carolina can relate.
Think about it yet. You're Nico, no, not tonight.
Go with her.
We both know the truth.
You don't know.
God, Zavin, I was starting to like
What we
you.
really are.
Prophecy is bullshit, okay? And Carolina loves me. Now out of my way.
If it's two people from different worlds, like, could be Carolina and Nico, let's face it.
Nico's not the enemy.
Nope.
Friends don't sleep.
That explains the crankiness and the constant urge to kill.
Having a sleepover.
Okay, next instruction.
Grab the stuff down.
I love Molly so much.
Now hug it.
I don't see the point.
Hug
Wait.
You will hug it.
And dream.
Molly has a bed she could
I
be
don't
in.
do dreams.
Dreams are the best. Anything can happen.
Oh, Molly, I never want her to lose that spark.
Have safe and comforting night illusions, Molly.
I really want to have safe and comforting nice illusions too. I don't think that's going to be enough to stop the staff. Or it's not going to go in. Or it just won't burn. I could keep listing possibilities. It's fighting back. Well, she is. I mean, what is that outfit?
You're scary as shit. And what talks we have do not make me feel better. They make me feel like I'm losing my mind.
You're not ostrich. I'll teach you.
See, I want Nico to learn to master the darkness. I don't think it has to be a bad thing, but I also don't want her doing any helping. Oh god. It's definitely. Oh god, I don't see that being the end of it.
The fate of this child is in your hands. You don't
Some help you are.
know exactly what, but it's not like Carolina.
Please. Is it the fourth alien?
What you need is faith.
No, she doesn't.
Just read it.
Faith's not going to do her any good.
Universe.
It's literally a fake collision based on aliens. You know this is a fact.
You kind of ruined my nights.
I'm so sorry saving my life interfered with you.
I'm starting to understand why it took you 11,000 years to get us out of that.
He is quite useless.
Seven again.
So I can see how including you would have greatly increased our chances of success. It's called sarcasm.
I really like it. It's so mean.
I hate Chase being all awkward in the back.
Who wants pressurized cream sugar?
Pass. Also not what it.
Alright, guys. Are we really gonna eat like toddlers and pretend like one of us isn't potentially hosting an alien?
Yeah.
He's got a point.
You're okay?
She's got the goggles. Somebody smashed them. Who was it? Who's the alien? I'm very
It is
stressed.
kind of. It's in the baby who controlled Leslie and made her break them.
Okay, I don't know what the hell
Yeah, the baby is one of my theories.
alien.
I believe the Queen Mother.
Doesn't it make most sense it's inside the magistrate's kid?
This is hurting my head.
Yeah.
Someone here's
Simple.
not quite. What if it's in me?
Or the baby inside me. They both share Jonah's DNA.
Okay, so the plan's not perfect.
Well, yeah, but if it's in no one else, we'll know it's one of those two.
Yeah, let's head out in 5. I'll meet you guys in the car.
Will you?
Yeah, I'll meet you guys right there.
What's happening?
I have cravings.
This is just everyone is suspicious.
Get out of jail. How?
Oh, he seems Alex-like. I don't know who it is.
Guess that feels like justice for you.
Well, it is justice. It's justice in the sense that she's paying for the crime she committed. Shocking concept to the rich people I know.
What if I'm the alien? You just showed me your hand.
He trusts
You guys
you.
haven't? The son is supposedly a psychotic killer. No way that's you. So, keep my secret. We can partner up and be alien hunters together.
She's not ready to high-five you, but she'll keep the secret.
Partners.
It's a step.
Waiting at the car.
Small steps, my loves.
Partners.
He will take what he can get.
Got something I gotta do.
Oh, his mum, of course. I was getting really suspicious, and I was like, no.
I
Just,
have to go see my whatever you can and meet me back here. If you can get what we need.
it's okay, just letting them know where you're going is always a good plan, guys. Of course, they were building something, weren't they?
We do it together and all at once.
Well, no, you might as well, I would do it now. Oh. Oh, the woman from my dream.
Nico.
Is he home?
Sorry.
Shouldn't he have a huge scar on his neck?
I couldn't control it.
He was attacking and beating you, let's face it. He's not blameless in this. So he doesn't need the cane. It wasn't even him. I was thinking he should have a scar on his neck. It was Morgan Le Fay. Ooh, she's watching. But now we can't trust anyone because they could be her. And that picture was never even there. Oh God, is he gonna die or is he waking up? Parents are dropping like flies.
I just wanted to see my son.
So it wasn't anything sinister.
I can't forget that. And if you want to come after me...
Oh, Alex seems so Alex-like. I don't know who's the alien.
You got... Aren't you curious why?
Because you murdered him in cold blood?
I mean, it was to save the family, but she did it.
I saw you want was exactly what I would have done.
Last thing he wants to hear.
Get what I want. I'm sorry.
You're like a serial killing mass murderer. It's a lot to get over. I know that there was more to it with the threats from Jonah, etc., but still, they all did it.
Go to hell.
What did you expect?
Can I talk to you for a second?
I don't know, can you? It's funny because
That's what makes it so exciting.
I think you'd be trying to call like a psych eval for your boss.
I don't know. Winner gets $1 million.
I'd stop if I were you.
Okay. Still a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Our agreement is still in place.
Oh, yes. Totes.
She's probably got agreements with everyone. If Alex had come, they wouldn't have fit.
We don't know if the sun will surface when the test confirms his presence. If he does, there will be
Okay, so the sun is just laying low inside whoever it is, so there's no way to tell.
We're taking the test right here.
Okay, so the first run after
No
her.
one's killing anyone in a crowded park. Unless we must. We're not.
I wouldn't put it past Zavin.
Tamar says, hello.
Yeah, be scared. Oh my goodness. I thought they just like beat her up. Oh my goodness! The parents are dropping like flies. And I just feel bad for the kids because the parents are basically terrible people, but when Alex finds out, he's going to be sad that his last conversation with her wasn't loving, even though she was a bitch.
Ah!
Yep, just pass it on quick.
Proves that you're not the sun.
Good job, Molly. I'm so stressed. It'd be funny if it's none of them, there was just like some person like watching from the shadows that he went into.
Definitely isn't me, so not afraid to prove it.
Oh God, it's going to be him now, he said that.
Told ya.
He was too confident, I was stressed. It's not Nico. Oh, Alex isn't with them, I'm stressed. Because he could kind of read it quite quickly, so he doesn't know he's the fourth alien, but he is, right?
About your mother. She,
Oh, Alex. Worst news, have to tell your son.
she's dead, Alex.
Oh, sweetheart.
Alex, are you there?
He's there, you've just destroyed his world again. Because he hated his mum and he was angry, but it's so hard when it's your parents. And there's no one here. Did he just give up control to the fourth alien through his grief?
Knew that it couldn't be you.
It was so freaking scary.
Mm-hmm.
We're all safe.
I can admit when I'm wrong.
Thank
I
you.
apologize, Nick.
That leaves Alex and Leslie. Come on, we gotta get back to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. I do feel like it's in Alex, but Alex didn't know it was in him. Or it is in the baby. Oh goodness. Did Alex, when he had the grief, give up control? Oh goodness, I'm stressed. What's happened?
You here?
So it was, but he didn't know, he was innocent of it. Which is good, this means it was genuine Alex all this time.
I got your back, Kay.
Us too.
Mm-hmm.
Mom,
They're not here.
she's not up here.
What's Alex done? Fourth alien done.
Tell them about the Wizcam's chase.
They're all safe, so that's fair.
Invasion of privacy.
Hey, it's a good plan, especially if it works.
She's defending him.
That is your cue to go get the video.
He still needs to go. I love them. I love this little lot. They're all so true to their characters. Thing is, it was only like today. It wasn't all like they were living there.
Is that Jeffrey on the phone?
He's smiling. Told you it was Alex. Oh God.
He's been hiding in Wilder this whole time.
Oh my God.
So was he in the surface or was he dormant? Oh God. We're gonna save Alex. It's gonna be fine.
He'll be anywhere.
At least we know who it is. I think in the comics, Alex was a mole. So I like that fake Alex. Well, yeah, this isn't Alex's fault.
Something I think you are definitely going to
Oh no, we were trying to keep the baby from Jonah. Stress. Okay, so my random Alex, you're the mole, you're the fourth alien. It was correct. He was kind of the most obvious candidate, but in a way I like that because I'm pretty sure, I know I saw a spoiler back when I was watching season 1 that Alex in the comics was just a mole, like, for the parents against the kids, and I like that they didn't go down that route, that we got to keep kind of our core 6 kids just being our wonderful core 6 kids, but at the same time Alex is now the fourth alien and he was the most obvious. I'm still not sure whether, so I'm guessing it was a case of once Alex had that terrible news, maybe he was at his weakest or something, and that's when the fourth alien properly took control, and so it had been genuinely Alex. Although, like I said, there were little moments and warning signs throughout that maybe Alex wasn't being 100% Alex. But then, I mean, stuff like, you know, my theory about how he was with Chase, I mean, they butt heads all the time, so that wasn't like a damning piece of evidence. He was definitely my main theory, so I'm still interested as to whether or not it's been Alex up till now, and now it's the fourth alien, or whether, I'm not entirely, I guess the fact that, you know, the rest of the kids they were going to figure out it was him and he had the book and he kind of could make the next steps in his plan or something. I mean, I'm very intrigued to see what he's planning and kind of just where they're going to go with this. And yeah, I hope they clarify whether he's been Alex till now or not. But yeah, the fact that Alex was able to read it, even vaguely, so if it was our Alex, he could kind of piece it together because the alien was in his head helping him. I liked the scene, you know, I like the fact that they're still adamant that Gert is still not a killer and that I truly believe this group will do everything they can to save Alex. And I hope this show doesn't go so dark as to make it impossible. I mean, parents dying I can kind of take because they were murdery. And I feel more sad for the kids that their parents die with all the unresolved stuff without them getting a chance to finish things with them or make peace. And even if that making peace is finally telling them, you know, you're a despicable person, I want nothing to do with you, they're still your parent at the end of the day, and I think that they all deserve that chance to finish up with them, in, like I said, even if it's in a negative way, but just to have that formal final thing. So Alex, when he comes to, whether that was him, he found out he dropped the phone and the fourth alien took over, or whether Alex is screaming in the back of his head, his mum has just died, and you know, he had a messed up relationship with his mum, but they were close before all of this. Chase, at least, Janet is in the algorithm. I mean, like you said, she was kind of, I think she was putting on a bit of a brave face, but at the same time, she's safe away from Victor, and she can kind of, I guess she'll be helpful at some point. I mean, she's sort of not dead. She's kind of alive. And then it looked like Robert was dying, and Nico thinks he's at home and on the mend. I guess the reason, I was really thinking he didn't have a scar, and initially I thought it was just really like badly done by the show, but obviously she was just making out that, oh, he was in hospital for like an arm and a bit of a limp. So yeah, the stuff with the staff, I don't feel like that's the end of the staff, or even if the staff is gone, I think maybe it's already going to activate in Nico. And, you know, we know that the ravens are flying around, or the blackbirds, I don't really know. Ravens are always creepy. And Morgan Le Fay is around, and she's already made contact with Nico. I presume we're going to kind of finish up the Gaborian plotline and then move into that one, because that's kind of like last season we finished, well, I think we finished up the Pride and then being Runaways with the building site, etc. And then we had the second stage. So I feel like it'll probably take that kind of dynamic, but I liked the group dynamics in this episode. I thought they were a little more like they used to be. I mean, Chase was still very much keeping to himself, keeping away, but I think he's handling it really, really well. You know, he could be being a petulant child. He could be being like, oh, why don't you want to forgive me? But, you know, he keeps pushing, he keeps trying and seeing if, you know, Gert will treat him like she used to. But when she doesn't, he just steps back and accepts that and kind of takes the small victories he gets, which I actually think shows a lot of strength of his character. And I like that a lot. And I do think that with the way they are, I think Gert will come to understand. I mean, she already is kind of understanding, she's just really hurt by it, and that is 100% valid. And I think their friendship at the very least will be salvaged through this, and it kind of already has. And so I am really enjoying all their interactions, and I love Carolina's fierce belief in Nico, even when Nico doubts herself, and I think that's going to be so helpful for Nico with all the darkness struggle she's going to be having, just because of the nature of the staff and the sort of force that's trying to use her for whatever it's trying to use her for. And I think Carolina will be someone that ultimately will help her stay grounded and keep her on the way, in the same way that the rest of the kids will also be able to help each other get through everything. But I just, they're going to fight to save Alex a lot, and I love Molly's firm belief in everyone, her friendship with Zavin, and how she was just very disappointed with Zavin and just trying to be like a good influence and teach her how to sleep. And like, Molly is just the cutest, and just she's so funny because she's the cutest but the strongest. She is just a force of nature, and her convictions and her beliefs are just so powerful. And you know, she has moments where she's a kid, but she's one of the strongest characters of all of them in terms of her beliefs and believing in others, and I absolutely adore that. And then, you know, the magistrate's family is still working on their way to get home, and they've got 36 hours left, and it's all very stressful, very tense. And yeah, I am kind of surprised by, I mean, I'm not surprised by the body count because this show has never been afraid of going dark and killing people. I didn't think Catherine was going to die. I kind of thought maybe they'd rough her up a bit, kind of wanted her to live in fear, but obviously Tamar wanted revenge, an eye for an eye. You kill my husband, I kill you. Which, I mean, it's not something I believe in. I believe in life in prison. I think if you murder someone, it should be life in prison without parole. But, you know, Catherine is dead. And I feel like Catherine is dead. And literally last season, when Alex got them arrested, I was kind of thinking like, oh, you know, they're rich, they'll be out in 5 minutes. I did not think it would go this way. Obviously, Jeffrey is out and kind of, I guess there's not strong enough evidence to tie him to the original robbery. So the gun was in her possession because she, yeah. So I feel like, you know, Jeffrey maybe he's going to be off the hook. Does he have any kind of legal battles coming up? Either way, I think he will get off because he's rich and because it is circumstantial evidence rather than any sort of damning evidence. But yeah, these kids, I mean, Janet's gone, Robert's probably gone, Catherine's gone, and then the other half of the parents, more or less, are aliens. It is, you know, these kids, I know they came away from their parents and they didn't need them, but I think they're going to lose out on the chance to have that real kind of, oh, the catharsis, or just the moment of reckoning, of properly facing their parents. And Gert had it with Dale. Gert has had that moment with Dale. I think she's the only one that's properly been able to kind of say to them, you know, I don't need you anymore, I have grown up, and you are a despicable person, and I get that you still love me, cool, but I'm doing my own thing. I think Gert is the one person, like, that conversation she had with Dale was everything they all need to have with all their parents, and they are slowly losing the chance to ever have those conversations. But I'm really enjoying the season so far. These characters are so strong, and the characterization has been so strong, and I just love it because they are so much still kids. With the sort of, some of the stuff they say, some of the way they act, it's just kids. But at the same time, they are sort of baby superheroes, or, you know, they're dealing with a lot and they're in a very supernatural circumstance, and so they act unlike kids. But their characterization across the series of every single character has been so true, and it's just brilliant. I will treasure the show forever unless they break my heart. So yeah, I am loving the season. Thank you for watching.